Sometimes you just need stuff to be that little bit quicker. So I thought today we'd have a look at how I speed footage up in After Effects. A bit like this. What's happening, guys? Dan Debenham here. Yes, today we're looking at what I do in order to speed footage up inside After Effects. It's called speed ramping, and you probably already know how to do all that in Premiere Pro. There are other videos. I'll stick a video up up here to show you what you have to do that. I've done a video on that already, and yeah, you can do it in Premiere Pro, but After Effects is such a powerful tool that it allows you to do a much better job, I think, of speed ramping than you can do sort of in Premiere. It's much more, I think it's a bit more intuitive, and there's a little bit more you can do with it. Some of those tools have migrated across into Premiere, but I still think because you're using After Effects, it is just that little bit tighter how you do it. So, without further ado, let's go into After Effects and see how I do speed ramping. Okay, so we're in After Effects now, and we've got two clips on our timeline, which we're going to try and speed ramp. So we've got that clip, and we've got basically a rotation clip. So we've got a pullback, and we've got a rotation clip. So the way to do this is we've got our first clip on the bottom, we've got our second clip on the top, because we're going to move in from one to another, and we're going to just keep, we want the top clip to come in afterwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a point that we want to start the speed ramp off. Now this clip is sort of 8 seconds long, so I reckon we do maybe 2 seconds and then we speed ramp. So we're going to right click or control click, we're going to go to time, and we're going to enable time remapping. Drop in a keyframe, and then we're going to come across to the end of the clip, which is roughly there, and we're going to drop another keyframe in. So now we've got those keyframes in, and we can time remap this. So what we can do is we can pull this forward like so. Okay, and that is going to give us our time remap there. So that bit is now sped up. So let's just have a look at how that works. As you can see, it's slowed down, so it's slow, then it speeds right up. And we can make that even closer if we want to, and just remember that even though we are moving this keyframe around, that this point is a point in time. It's not a point on the timeline. So we've put a keyframe in at the end here, and that is basically the end of the clip. So it's still the same place where we wanted it to be. It is just at the end of that clip. So let's just zoom in and make sure we get that to the end of the keyframe. So we want that there, and we want that to be on the end of that keyframe, like so. So what we can do is it's still a little bit sharp and a bit jittery because it's like whoosh, it goes straight into full speed. So we'll right click on it. So control click, right click, whichever that is you've got, Mac or PC, and then we'll go and we'll easy ease that out. And we'll do the same with this one, and we'll easy ease that in. Now basically what that's going to do is that's going to ramp that speed up. So we're going to get a bit of a smoother curve to that that we had before. It's not a straight line, it's now a curve. So what we can do is we nip up to the graph editor here, and we can actually see that curve. So if I click on this one here, which is what we're going to be editing, I can see the curve of that speed now. So you can see it goes very fast and then back down the same sort of speed as well. But what we actually want to do is we want to put two clips together. So we want to put these two clips together. So we want it to be ramp up to fast, and then in this clip we want to ramp it down to normal speed again. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves a little bit of a zoom in here, and I'm going to bring this all the way to the end here so that it's flat. So we can see that we're going to get that to there, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this side and we're going to bring it up. I'm going to keep bringing it up so that it's a ramp up, so that it ramps right the way to where we want it to be. So we're going to make it nice and smooth if we can. There we go. So we're going to do that if we can. What we can also do is if we right click on here, so we right click in anywhere in this section here, control click or right click, what we can do is we can go and see the value graph. Now that shows us what's happening with this speed ramp. Now you can see that the speed before is fairly linear, the speed after is fairly linear, and then you've got this curve in the middle, which is basically what we were just looking at. But you can see how it drops off. It's got like a janky type arm to it. So what you can do is you can just alter that so that just ever so slightly, so that speed ramp is smooth all the way through that line. So we're going to just alter it so that it just has that right angle on it. So this bar here we're going to make in line with this yellow bar here, just so that we can make sure that the speed is the same. It's a nice smooth curve up to full speed basically. So let's go back to, let's take that off and let's go back to the edit speed graph. There we go. And we can see that it goes back up as normal. And we can come out of that now, and then what we get is we get this really nice smooth speed through, as you can see as we go. There we go, it just lovely speed through. But what we want to do is we want to do that with the next clip as well. So we're going to bring these clips together like so. I'm just going to zoom back in. So let's just zoom back into these clips so we can see where we are. And put them together like so. I'm then going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to go to time, and then I'm going to go to enable time remapping, which brings in this system here. I'm going to go to the front of this clip. I'm on this section here, so we'll close this down so we don't get confused. Click a keyframe in there. I'm going to move along to a point where I think this should be, so we'll say, let's say here. We want a fair bit of that to be there, so let's say we put it there, and then we put a keyframe in. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to right click, easy ease that out. I'm going to right click and I'm going to easy ease that in like so, and then I'm going to shift this so that we get a good speed on this keyframes. As you can see, it's going to speed that up no end like so. So what we end up with effectively is, and then what we've got to do is we've got to do the same on this one. So we've got to come in here. As we can see, the speed is there. We want this side to be really quick, so we're going to shift it along like that. And this side we're going to shift to here. So let's just zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. We want this side to be fairly long, like so. And then what we'll do is we'll have a look at the value out graph, and we can see it's still got that janky line again, so we'll shift that down like so. So we get a nice smooth in and out, and then let's render that through again. I think we want it to be a tiny bit longer, so we want it to action over a few more frames, so let's action it over a few more frames. See how that works. Let's keep going again. Let's have a look at this graph editor and see what we've got going off. I see, look, we've got quite a lot going off there, so what we can do is we can speed that up a little bit, like so. And we can make sure it's nice and smooth, like it is. And there we go. Got got a nice, easy, smoothing speed ramp. So After Effects is such a powerful tool. It's so easy to get lost in all the things that you can do in After Effects, but speed ramping is one of those things where you can tweak and you can just adjust as much as you possibly can until you get it exactly how you want it to be. And don't forget, as I said previously, dropping a keyframe in After Effects is not the same as dropping a keyframe in Premiere. So a keyframe in After Effects is a moment in time rather than a place on the timeline, and that helps you decide whereabouts you want your speeding up and slowing down to go to. Basically, it's how you want to do it. You want it to be slower, you want it to be faster. It's that particular piece that's slower or faster. So I hope it did help you out. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you can put some use to it if you've got After Effects. If not, get a trial of it, give it a go. You will not look back. It is a great piece of software. This is only sort of brushing across the surface. This is not even touching the surface. This is just brushing across the surface of what After Effects can do. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!